Welcome back. Having concluded our studies in both the Gospels of John and Luke, next up we'll be studying the book of Acts. Acts serves in many ways as a direct follow-up to the Gospel of Luke, being penned by Luke as well. It was also addressed to the same recipient, one Theophilus, as mentioned in the first verse of the letter. The same verse even goes so far as to reference the first account, the Gospel of Luke. In regard to a time frame for which the book of Acts, otherwise known as the Acts of the Apostles, was written, the lack of inclusion of historical events that would have been significant to the audience, such as the death of Paul between AD 64 and 68, or even the fall of Jerusalem in AD 70, it all seems to indicate that the letter was written prior to AD 62. While the Gospels focus on the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus, as well as his earthly ministry and teachings, the book of Acts records the events of the early church as the disciples who were directly impacted by Jesus begin to carry out the gospel message to the ends of the earth. Primarily, we see as Peter begins to lead this fledgling church, the Holy Spirit comes in power on the day of Pentecost. The Gentiles are grafted in, and as the Pharisee known as Saul, who oversaw the persecution of the first Christian martyrs, has an encounter with the risen Jesus. This leads to a radical change in his life as he ceases his involvement in the aforementioned persecution. His name is changed to Paul, and he would then go on to pen the majority of the New Testament writings and epistles, all while being imprisoned and persecuted for the cause of Christ. All in all, the book of Acts, it shows that even as Jesus was now no longer physically present with them, the disciples were changed by his impact upon their lives and were dedicated to continuing to carry out his mission for them. Just as Jesus had promised, the Holy Spirit was given to lead and to guide them. Acts 1:8, it serves in many ways as a key verse for the book of Acts. But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you shall be my witnesses both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and Samaria, and even to the remotest part of the earth. Through the working of the Holy Spirit, we see as they are transformed from this group of men who cowered and scattered as Jesus was arrested and crucified, to boldly and powerfully standing firm for the gospel message, all by the resurrection power of Jesus. For us, this transformation and newfound boldness, it serves to encourage and to strengthen us, whether that be in persecution or when we share the gospel with others. The same Holy Spirit who empowered this group of men is present and working in the lives of believers even now, strengthening and guiding. So join me as we continue together and we begin studying the book of Acts. As always, thanks for watching.